You first have to make sure you are storing your leftovers properly. The right way to do it is in sort of small, shallow containers. In other words, if you have a big piece of meat or like a big casserole or something like that, don't put that whole thing in the refrigerator. You know why? It's going to take too long to cool down. You want to actually divide the meat or the casserole or whatever you have up into small pieces and place those pieces in small, shallow containers. This will allow the food to cool quickly enough to help minimize your risks to foodborne illness, okay? So that's the first thing, is you got to store your leftovers correctly in the first place. And just so we're clear, I'm not telling you to use a plastic container to store your food. There are potentially other materials that are safer to use than plastic. I just simply want you to use small, shallow containers. The choice of which type is up to you. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. I'm here to tell you how long you can eat off of those leftovers. Don't go anywhere, because I have one more thing to say before I get to that. The other thing is, don't be leaving food sit on the counter. That's right. After 2 hours of food coming out of an oven or a refrigerator, your food needs to be packaged up and put back away in a refrigerator. It needs to be stored away. Why? Because if food is left out for over 2 hours, it literally can increase your risk of foodborne illness. It has to do with the temperature of the food as it sits out. You need to start packaging your food up within 2 hours of it coming out of the oven or the refrigerator or whatever to put into the refrigerator to start storing it, okay? Now, let's get to the question you all wanted me to ask, or answer rather, which is, so how long can you eat off of leftovers in the refrigerator before you have to throw them out? Or wait, do you have to throw them out? Well, good news here, y'all. You can eat off of leftovers from the refrigerator so long as they are packaged and stored correctly. Again, you don't have to use Tupperware, by the way. You can use whatever other thing you want, just some like shallow, small container, right? But you can eat off of leftovers for 3 to 4 days. That is right. In the fridge for 3 to 4 days. Do not pay attention to my fridge, but that is what you got. So you can munch on, my friends, munch on. Now, you might be saying, well, wait a minute. After 3 to 4 days, what if there's still food left? What if I still want to munch? No problem. And you don't even have to throw the food away. But what you got to do is get out our containers and package them up nicely and put those bad boys in the freezer. Again, don't pay attention to my freezer. Just pay attention to the fact that I'm talking about a freezer, because you need to freeze your food after that period. So if you know you're going to have more leftovers that you're going to want to eat off of within that 3 to 4 day period of time that you're eating off of them, go ahead and start storing them in the freezer, okay? Now, good news there. Goodness, I'm like not good with these. Good news there is that food in the freezer literally can last like on and on and on and on and on. It's like food in the freezer is gonna last, okay? There's kind of like not really an end point. The question is how good it's going to taste the longer it's been in the freezer. So food that's been in the freezer for about 2 to 6 months is probably the most ideal. If the food has been in the freezer longer than that, it just may not taste as good. It might be drier. There may be other things about it, okay? But you don't have to throw it out if it's been more than 3 to 4 days in the refrigerator. Just start putting it in the freezer. I should also say this, like even if you're eating off of leftovers from the refrigerator and the leftovers you're eating are starting to smell or taste funny, like I'm going to need you to use common sense. Like don't be eating anything that doesn't taste or smell right, okay? So make sure you do that. Oh, and the other thing is these tips come from foodsafety.gov. You can go to their website and they have this awesome app. It's called Food Keeper app. And the cool thing about the app, and I'm not sponsored or anything, I just think this is really great public health information. You can go to the Food Keeper app and you can literally look up so many different types of foods and drinks and see how long you can keep them stored, whether it's, how long in the refrigerator, the freezer, etc. So keep that in mind as you go through this. Let me know what you do. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Threads, all the stuff. Also, sign up for my free weekly health newsletter at drjencaudle.com. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen. Bye.